Hey, how's it going? Today we're installing an ObsidianWire Vintage MKII for Les Paul with selectable 50s and 60s wiring, solderless wiring harness. If you're unsure about any of the installation or how to do any of this, check out ObsidianWire's website. There are full guides on all the different pickup colors. All the different brands have different wiring, so it can be kind of confusing, but they've made it really simple. If you can't find the particular pickup that you're using, it's best to contact the pickup builder. So for my installation, I'm working with Epiphone pickups, so I'll be using these instructions for my installation. And just so you know, the harness also works with vintage braided style wiring, and they have full guides on how to use that. If you have any issues, there's a huge troubleshooting guide on their website, and it's super helpful. All right, let's go. Let's get this thing wired. All right, let's get going. Here's what you're gonna get inside your set here. Some nice, beautiful close-ups. You get the harness. I didn't even know you get this. You get the switch, and look at these close-ups. And there's the little dip switches for the 50s, 60s. I have to use these knobs because the Epiphone knobs don't fit on this harness, so I'm gonna be using those. So first you're gonna put your harness inside the holes. You're gonna see that it's kind of hanging out a little bit on this Epiphone, but there are adjustment nuts, so you can actually change the height later. I'm not gonna do that for now. There's the nuts I'm just showing right now. And that's gonna be to taste. Maybe you want the pots hanging out the top a lot, maybe you don't. I'm gonna fix that later. But when you're ready to do it, you're gonna put a washer on, then you're gonna put the nut on top, and then you're gonna connect it, and then they'll be holding in place. I'm gonna adjust it later. So we're gonna put in the switch right now. What I'm doing is just wrapping a little piece of tape around the 4 wire ends, and then you're gonna channel it through, and you might get stuck. You might have to take out the pickups to get through, but I was lucky enough. So reattach it, and then you're ready to go to the next step, which in this case is going to be the output jack. And I've already removed all the hardware from the Epiphone, so we're just putting stuff back in at this point. So this is the output jack. I'm going to take off the washer and the nut, and then you're going to stick it back on the bracket, this square bracket, and that's going to hold it in place. And then it's got 4 screws. You're going to attach the 4 screws back into the body. Pretty simple. You go in from that side, and then you've got your 2 wires that are going to go through. And here we go. Look how fast I'm going. I wish I was that fast in real life. It would make this so much easier. But anyways, here's the wiring diagram that I'm going to be doing. I've got 4 conductor pickups, so I'll be following this diagram, and they give you a printed sheet so you can use it. And we're going to start wiring. I'm going to do a close-up of the first one, and then just fast motion through the rest because it's the same procedure. You got your diagram out, and you're going to look. So I'm attaching the black wire. It happens to be the first one I'm putting in there. I just use a little screwdriver, and I push down the tip, and then it's easy to get in. And you just do that, and we're just going to repeat that. Like, how many times am I going to do it here? 10 more times, and let's do it. Now we're attaching the switch. Already did the output jack, so output jack, switch, and then pickup and pickup. And here's the 2 little bolts if you're connecting any ground wires. So I've got the body ground that's going to go into one, and then I've got the other bare ground wires from the pickups that are going to go into the other one. And I just chose that. I don't think it really matters which one you use. There's just a lot of space. You can use either one. And here we go. We're going crazy. Man, if I could do it this fast in real life, I'd be saving so much time. It is really quick though. Everything's plugged in. We're plugged in, and we're ready to go. And you're pretty much done at this point. You got to put the control cavities back on. Little tip I recommend first, I'll show you in a second here. I do a tap test. Basically plug in an amp or something. Just make sure your connections are all good. I know they're good because I tested them by pulling on them, but just in case, maybe you have a bad wire. So we went from this to this. There we go.